My name is Joel Sumner, and I want to talk to you about a gangster. His name is Malcom Mercer, and he's also the treasurer of the Law Society. So, this gangster is well aware of the rule of law, yet he chooses to tell everyone how great a man he is, when really he is a monster. So let's just take a look at what the rule of law actually is. If I was to threaten you, pay me, or else I will blow your head off, that is the crime of robbery. If I was to threaten you, you pay me, or else I will call the police, that is the crime of blackmail. If I was a police officer and I threatened you, you pay me in my private capacity or else I will arrest you, that is the crime of extortion. If I was a judge and I issued an order that you were to pay me in my private capacity or else I will hold you in contempt of court, that is the crime of extortion under the color of official right. Extortion meaning to obtain, under the color meaning for private third-party benefit, and official right, meaning with an official act. Now, if instead I was to say to you, pay Bob or else I will blow your head off, that's still a crime of robbery. If I was to say to you, pay Bob or else I will call the police, that's still the crime of blackmail. If I was to say to you, if I was a police officer and I said to you, pay Bob or else I will arrest you, that's still the crime of extortion under the color of official right. And if I was a judge and I issued an order that you were to pay Bob or else I will hold you in contempt of court, that's still the crime of extortion under the color of official right. I've been threatened, or else he obtained whatever they want me to pay under the color of official right. It's under the color because it's for a private third-party benefit. Furthermore, if I was to say nothing but obtain your property, knowing that it was in exchange for influence in me not blowing your head off, that's still robbery. If I was to say nothing but obtain your property, knowing it was in exchange for me not calling the police, that's still blackmail. If I was a police officer and I said nothing but obtained your property, knowing it was in exchange for influence in me not arresting you, it's still extortion under the color of official right. And if I was a judge and I said nothing but issued an order that you were to pay me in my private capacity or Bob in his private capacity or else I will hold you in contempt of court, still extortion under the color of official right. So I showed Malcom Mercer that Jonathan Patrick Coaches threatened my reputation, threatened me with an official act, if I did not put my signature on a piece of paper for the private benefit of someone who falsely accused me of crime. Out of fear of my reputation, I put my signature on this piece of paper. After making this decision, which was really not a decision at all, it was like under the gun, and I realized what happened, I decided that I was going to call and ask for assistance to place Jonathan Patrick Coaches under citizen's arrest. This is the Chief Deputy District Attorney in California, or he was, who threatened my reputation if I didn't sign this document. Malcom Mercer was well aware of all these facts because I presented it to them in court. Instead of him telling the world the truth, he decided to lie about me. He decided to suspend me, engage in a conspiracy with Barbara Murchie to disbar me, and other adjudicators to disbar me. Right? I believe he probably got a huge amount of money paid to him. As such, I'm placing Malcom Mercer, Barbara Murchie, under citizen's arrest for the following crimes. For extortion under the color of official right, or extortion, because what they did is they obtained my law license for the benefit of a third party Jonathan Patrick coaches rather than for the Law Society itself, or solely for the Law Society itself. Furthermore, I'm placing them under citizen's arrest for a conspiracy for such an act. Furthermore, I'm placing them under citizen's arrest for interfering with commerce through threats or violence. Furthermore, right, Malcom Mercer has been engaging in a spy ring against me. All around the world, wherever I've gone around the world, Malcom Mercer has sent people to follow me, to interact with me, to bother me. As such, I am placing absolutely everybody who engaged in any kind of spying against me. Now, some of these people might claim there was a warrant. There is no warrant that I consider to be valid. When that warrant was issued to obtain my privacy for the benefit of Malcom Mercer and others who've used this information to cause me harm. I am placing all of them under citizen's arrest. Also, anybody who knew that I was being lied upon to judges, that I was being spied upon, that I was I was disbarred, knowing that Malcom Mercer was lying. I'm also placing under citizen's arrest because what they have done is misprison a felony or breach the king's peace. Furthermore, in this spy ring, my understanding is that some people have engaged in looking at pictures of me that they knew were private. They knew they were in my private space, and yet they continued to look at these pictures, and they didn't come to me. Anyone who looked at any images of me in my private space, knowing that they did not have my permission, and did not immediately come to me or some other authority figure, is under citizen's arrest. Thank you. Long live the king.